I know this may not seem like what you would think I would say right here, but I really love that football game today. It's hard, it's tough. You're ahead, you're behind, you're battling, you catch up, you go ahead again. You just keep fighting, and we make a big mistake. We give up the ball, and it was a great sack by their guy. Turn the game around right there with the turnover right after that and score. But that just incited our guys even more, and that kind of fighting, that kind of battling, take you a long ways. We don't care where we go or who we're playing; they don't matter. We're going to go and we're going to battle. It's a good football team over there. They do great stuff. They're having a great run of it right now, and they deserve a ton of credit. Sean's doing a fantastic job. But on this day today, he pretty much went nose to nose and battled it out. And congratulations to those guys. But man, I love these guys for the way they went after it today. It was awesome. And we ain't slowing down. We're going to keep going. We'll keep running football, keep setting the tempo the way we want to, and keep playing it, and just try to play a little bit cleaner, try to slow them down a little bit more, and give ourselves a chance to win. Maybe we get a couple more seconds on the clock. It might have helped us out a little bit. So.
To run the ball, Chris Carson, Jake Fluker to run the ball for 270 yards.
Yeah, that's just a statement about the guys running football up front. It doesn't matter who's up there or who's running it. I think Penny had 100 yards today, and fantastic job by Rashad. It's great to see him bust out like that. But that isn't a surprise because we've seen other guys do the same thing too. Mike's done it. Chris has done it. It's really just the whole thing's fitting together where we're able to show that kind of consistency. Got to make a win for us. Didn't turn into a win today, but it certainly will a bunch of times. And I thought it was an unbelievable job by Jordan Simmons today to win the game, play the whole game. He never even played before, and stepping up and doing that was fantastic.
What went into the decision to go to Ben? With Jordan.
We want to make sure we had a big guy in there, a big solid guy that could hold up against their guys, and we thought he would be the best fit for this matchup. Another game, another time, it might not go that way, but in this one, that's the way we thought it would go. It would be best for us.
He was saying this was an emotional game for him because he barely was going to play college with all the injuries. With so little background, what did you guys see in him like?
Well, when John and scouts figured it out to try to get him, we saw a really well-balanced body, a really big kid. He's 338 pounds. He's really strong and athletic. He has all of the right stuff to be a good player. He just hasn't really had the consistency in his background to show it. But we could see it enough to give him an opportunity, and then everything he's done really well. He hasn't had much work with us either. Mike has a great feel for him, and we gave him a shot, and he came through today. Yeah, I really do. I've been feeling that since we got going about week 4. We started finding ourselves and figuring out what we're all about and how we can play this game. And I love the way we're playing it. Kicking game was on it today. Messed up in our surprise onside, but the kicking game was terrific today. Running the football, fighting on defense like we do, and having Russ able to make plays and do stuff like he did today. It was an incredible comeback, incredible game by Russ just to keep running and making things happen and keeping us in it. But there wasn't anybody on the field that didn't just bust their ass today. Everybody did, and that's a tribute to everybody that's working in this program and how they fight, regardless of what circumstances are. So we'll go anywhere, play anybody. Yeah, it's hard to take, because we want to win. We want to get going. And go back in the first 2 games, we were so far off the first 2 games. And I don't know what the points were, like 6 points or something like that. We weren't even close to playing the way we could play. So we just have to stay alive. We got to keep going and keep this thing going as we finish this year. A lot of games coming up at home. We got to make a surge here and see what we can do. And I like our chances. I don't care who it is or where it is. It doesn't matter. I don't go on the road. These guys don't care about playing on the road. It doesn't even matter at all. And that's a great characteristic of a team that has a chance to do something.
On the hindsight,
well, let me tell you this. If it looked like that during the week, we never would have called it. It looked great all week long. We never missed it one time. That was not the ball we were supposed to hit. Too bad for Seabass. I mean, he's a great pro and all that, but the ball didn't come off the way it's supposed to come off. We thought we had a great chance to surprise them, take advantage, take the field goal, and then try to get the ball right back. And believed in our defense to try to hold up, and that all of that stuff went into that. But during the week, the execution was so much different than what it showed up on game day. It's just unfortunate.
Are you just looking for a higher bounce there? What kind of ball are you looking for?
I'm I'm not going to tell you about all that, okay? You figure that one out. Sorry.
The Rams passed take away the downfield throws. You do your
No, they heated it up nice. They did a nice job. When it was the third downs and they knew they'd come roaring at us, they brought it pretty good now. And it's a great group. And they got through a couple times. I think 3 times. It was 3 sacks. Was it was? I don't know. 4. It was they got a good pass rush now, and it did affect us. Yeah. We kept that. We stayed out along the 3rd and longs. No, 3rd and longs. Those weren't the factor today. It was just a few times in there. We just didn't quite hold them out.
third down.
Say it again.
What else did you see?
He looked great today. He looked great. He looked just like the guy we thought he would look like when we drafted him. And before I go back all the way back before he got hurt and he had to miss the month with his broken finger. That's what he looked like. And today he just busted out. We've been on him hard. We've been challenging him to get right and to work at the right tempo and all the way to find what it's like to be a pro. We're just teaching him. He's just a young guy figuring it out, and he's been very open and very receptive. And there's just a lot that goes into to helping a guy find himself. I thought today he needed it so badly because he knows he's a great player. He just hasn't been able to, demonstrate it the way he wants to. He's frustrated by it. So we've worked him through it, and I was just hoping that he would get a chance in one of these games to get the opportunity to show it, and maybe from this point forward you see him just take off. So he looked fantastic today, and so it's great for us.
You've seen Jared Goff a couple times now. How's he a different quarterback than he was last year?
I think he's just taken off where he left off. This season has just been an extension of last year. He had a fantastic year, last year, and he's just been lights out, throughout. What they did so well today is they took care of the football, that we couldn't get the ball away from him. And without the turnovers, it's a really difficult team to beat, and we weren't able to get the ball from him. So he's done all of that. He makes the big throws. He does all of the stuff off the play action. He runs their team really well too. This is a complex system that they run for the quarterback. He has a lot of stuff to do at the line of scrimmage, and he's handled it beautifully. And their coaches have done a great job to bring him along. But it's not just now. It's been happening for some time now.
What happened on the 3rd and 15 on the one drive?
We just screwed up the zone drop. We just busted the drop. Bit on the wrong route. There was just a fundamental error. We just screwed it up, and that should never happen, but it did. We need more. Well, we need the football. You win when you take the ball off, and we're -1 again today. I think we were -1 last week too. Same thing. When it happens, just look at our record. You got to get the football, and so that comes from creating the situations where you're ahead and they take the chances and you get more ops. That's part of it. But then there's times when you just got to take the ball away from them. You got to tip some balls. You got to knock balls out on the running game and just take it away from them so that you can turn the game. And that's as big a factor as anything. If we're plus today, we'd have won. If we'd have done that, we'd have won today. And just look at our numbers. They bear that out, and they have for 20 years almost. So that's the #1 thing. And we got to come out on the positive side of the turnover ratio. And there's a lot that goes into that. It's not just get the ball. We've got to take care of it better and all that kind of stuff. So that's the first thing. But we need more consistency throughout the game. There's too much. They got too much stuff on us today. Too many. They did a great job of putting the ball in the perimeter. We needed to knock some of those plays down. Just play a little bit better on the outside there. And stuff like that keeps them from being as productive as they were. He just didn't feel great once he got going.
It's easy to ask now. Is there any regret going empty in that 3rd and 3 to knock the ball? They know you're going to throw it and go back.
No regret on that. No, we know that shows the protection and shows the pass rush. We see what's going on. We just need one more shove, and just one more quick little step up, coordinated, just a little bit better. It was a great pass rush by Fowler, and so.
Delano Hill went out.
Shoot, I don't know. He was okay. I don't know. He's okay.
Is this going to be like this for a while, playing?
He came out of the game really well and feeling good. So that's a real positive for us. He really talked us into it during the end of the week that he was going to be okay. He felt a lot better, and the fact that he made it through is a big plus. So even coming up with a short week, I think he has a chance to be okay. So, but the other side of it is Delano Hill has got a lot of work now. He's ready to go. He can play, and so we're better. We're better in preparation because we've had to bring him along, and so either way, we're going to be all right. I couldn't see it. I don't know. I don't know that.
I was looking a few
Years since you guys started coming back here. Is this still a neat experience for you?
Yeah, I like coming back here. Yeah, I do. I mean, it's not for the other guys. No, they don't know. But it is. Yeah, I like playing here. Yeah, it's a great place to play. It doesn't matter what sport you're playing. It's great to be here competing in the Coliseum.
What's your message to those guys? A record, yet not that's what you think.
We have a bunch of stuff ahead of us. We got a lot of games at home coming up. We have all kinds of opportunities. We got to bring this thing together a little bit tighter. We got to do the things that we've been doing. But with the fight that we've shown, the competitiveness that we're all about, is going to give us a chance to do something really special if we keep hanging and we keep believing. And that's the message. And there's no negative here. There's no negative coming out of this thing. There's always opportunities that do better, and we have to figure out how to capture those. But that's not the essence. The essence right now is hanging and believing and knowing that we can get this done, and knowing and just seeing the truth of who we are, and let that come out. I can't wait. I can't wait for another week to get this thing going again.
Was Chris close at all to being able to go with Chris first?
He's close. He would have been like he was last week, with a little bit better probably, but he didn't make it through the game last week, so we just got to get him healthy. So we're coming up with a Thursday night game. We just thought, let's see if we can get him right so they could go Thursday. Then there'll be 10 days after that game, and there's a couple guys in that same mode. Same thing with DJ. We thought if he could have played maybe today, but he probably wouldn't have finished. So then where are we for Thursday? And so with this game and then the big break coming up after that, we're going to try to take full advantage of that.
Thank you.